are live. Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, on the bus and rolling for the 430th time in a row. What do you think, Freddie Blanton?
I think you did the introduction with zero audio issues.
What is
just
it?
had
Oh, well, it's any time that I change that inflection, anytime I change the inflection of the mic, it's not the microphone, it's the computer. It's the computer.
Hey, good news. We're having trouble streaming to LinkedIn for some reason.
Wah, wah, wah. Hey, you know what? It's okay because today is a very special day of First Sip. We are still live on Facebook, YouTube, and I think most importantly we're live on YouTube. So yeah, there you go.
So
I like that.
You did say, is it a special day? Is it a special show?
It is a very special show because the thing that makes doing this every single day an enjoying thing, besides getting to see you every single day, it is the interacting with other human beings. Sometimes the energy's all over the place, right? But it's connecting with other people and doing exactly what we're talking about, getting our mind right.
Getting our mind right. But you know what we need is a sip of coffee. And you know what we do before that?
What's that?
First Sip Bus Riders, let's go!
Oh yeah. I love to have that first sip of coffee on a Friday too, Freddie. How you feeling on this Friday?
Unbelievable.
All right. Hey, we have got an unbelievable group of folks backstage, and I can't wait. Who should we call up first?
Well, I mean, typically, like, first come, first serve.
First come, first serve. Guess who was here first? It's Vicki Watts, My 360 Benefits. Vicki, welcome to the First Sip Bus.
I was first in line. The first
up. Vicki, so you've been on the bus now with us for several, I guess, months. How long has it been, Vicki? How long have you been?
Over a year. Over a year.
I think so. Over a year now that we've been at it. And what do you think when you think about getting ready for your day? You're in the benefits world. What comes to your mind about getting ready for the day? When you think, I want to have a fantastic day, and I know you stay super busy.
I do.
How do you say, okay, these are the things that I need to do if I want to have a fantastic day?
You know, I enjoy joining you guys at 7:55 every morning to get my mind right. I mean, that really does help me to, have conversations, even though we're not on camera like we are today. I feel like, we're having a conversation in the comments and that I'm connecting with people that I value, and I love to hear what everybody has to say. And that really gets me going in the morning because I never know what's going to hit me. I have, claims. I have somebody with the doctor. I got a bill. What do I do with this? I got to talk to, employers, employees. It's a mixed bag, right? So
absolutely. And she does a great job in the comments, doesn't she, Freddie? You see Vicki in there engaging with folks and supporting their comments. And whether we're doing a comment or doing a post, having someone else validate it, like we talked about yesterday, and just say, hey, that's a great point. That feels good for all of us, doesn't it, Fred?
It does, and I'm trying to help a couple other people who's trying to get on here.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm going to go ahead and start getting on some of these other folks because we've got so many folks. Let's go ahead and just invite folks on here. We'll get everybody on, and then we'll have a nice discussion. Next to the program on the bus is going to be Mr. DJ, who has had to step away. We're going to pull him down, and we're going to invite Mr. Paul Pappy.
DJ's back. Paul!
The bridge is in the building. Paul, let me just say, I've known Paul Pappy for so many years now, And I haven't really known him until we started connecting here virtually on the bus. Why is that we get to know people even through something virtual like this, Paul?
Well, I've been watching First Sip since I think late 1974. You tend to get the best of people when they can sit at a keyboard and they have time to craft a witty response, something that'll wake people up, something that'll just kind of get the juices flowing. So I'm quite seasoned at this podcast personality guy.
We've noticed.
I love it, man.
Witty and wise. That's what I say about Paul. Witty and
Absolutely.
wise. Yeah.
What was the word? I'm sorry, I missed.
Witty and wise.
I would agree. Paul comes in and makes us all think with some things that really every day. Sometimes he makes me think too much, too early. But
I apologize.
okay.
It gets, it's warming up. It's going to warm up over time,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ask DJ to the program. And now DJ isn't on here live every single day, but almost every day he comes in, he reposts it, he engages, we talk to him. DJ, welcome to the bus.
Good morning, everybody.
DJ, look at that office.
I know. Look at that office, and he's got great equipment. DJ, you just started another podcast, and you've been on some podcasting. Tell us what you enjoy about communication and doing things like this.
It's just something different from the everyday. Yeah. I guess I'll admit I'm a closet AV nerd.
Yeah.
I like working with the technology and just seeing if I can do it. And once I started doing it, it was kind of fun. So my wife and I have a podcast, and then I recently launched a YouTube channel. So just having fun with the various AV world.
There we go.
Absolutely. And you've got like an interest in a lot of different things, don't you? And when you start to kind of learn about something, you dig in.
I will dig in and learn much as I can about it before I go public with it, I guess.
Absolutely. Hey, well, we've got some out of towners, some folks that we haven't met before. Some of us here are local and have done some in-person networking. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get someone that's still up north first, and that's going to be Joe. Joe, to the stage. Welcome.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, come stai? Bene.
Hey, Joe, now you and I have probably known each other through LinkedIn as long as anyone. Do you remember how you and I connected on this platform?
Well, of course, with Jenny, Jenny, your cousin, and you did your podcast. That was the best time. It was really you getting started. It was so impromptu. It was a great time, and I still love your cousin. I haven't talked to her for a while, but I think the segment where you introduced Jesse Cole from the Savannah Bananas,
Yes,
was the best because after that I connected with Jesse. Now Jesse Cole, if you guys don't know, he is really him and his wife Emily started the Savannah Bananas when they were nothing. And, the story is, if you get to read his books, and the story is he basically mortgaged his house. Just the people of Savannah didn't respect what he was trying to do. But from that, he put everything into it. And that's really how you go in, right? All of you here know how to do that or have done something like that in your life. I'm actually doing that now. But Jesse Cole's from Massachusetts. And he's not too far from me. So his dream initially was to be able to play at Fenway Park. And I was a volunteer and ambassador for the Red Sox years ago with my family. And I was able to connect them with the VP of operations there. And I just, I just happened to know some of the right people. And I reached out to Lee Hayes, Lee Hayes, she runs all the speaking engagements from. And I just connected those two to the right people. And the rest was up to Jesse and his wife and his team. And I just have had so much fun with that. So I want to thank you, Daniel, for being able to do that. And Freddie, for all your wisdom and everybody on the bus here. coming up. So I do the 10 minutes on the bike every morning, but
Yeah.
to get this intellectual juices flowing is as important as your workout that you and Daniel, that you and Freddie do in the morning, you know?
Absolutely. And I've got two other bus riders backstage. And I'm going to go ahead and get them on. And then I want to talk a little bit more about Jesse Cole and the Savannah Bananas, because what he's doing, even that story that you just shared, unbelievable. And I think it rings a lot of bells. So our final two bus riders for this particular program, we're going to get Gary all the way from Dallas. And then we'll go ahead and talk to Gary. Gary, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Gary.
Buongiorno, Gary.
Gary, we've never actually heard his voice or seen his face. It's amazing. On LinkedIn, we can see a little profile and we can get your comments, and we get a sense of the people, don't we? We get a sense of who people are. But it's been a pleasure getting to know you. And how's your morning going so far, Gary?
I have about a 45-minute commute to work to my office, so it gets me, relaxed before getting my work on. So
Absolutely.
and it's been fun being on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We're glad
it's
you're
been
here.
great. Now, have you ever been on a podcast before? Do you do any podcast
No.
or virtual social
No.
media or anything?
No,
Well, good.
I think this is my first time to ever been on a live show,
Yeah.
a social media show. So,
Oh, hey, there's a first time for everything, and
Yeah.
I love doing things like that. And that's really, we see that in like Toastmasters and things like that. When we have a group, when we try something new, it's always a little easier to, you do the karaoke with your friend up there when you're singing, right?
I've only done that once in my life, and it was my wife that forced me to do it. So
Too, Gary.
the karaoke thing.
There you go. Well, hey, last but not least, somebody had to go last. I kept looking down there, but hey, our final bus rider, super excited to have someone who moved to South Carolina, who's doing fantastic things on LinkedIn. And I just love to see his business journey. And this is Larry Welinowski. Larry, welcome to the bus.
What's going on, everybody?
Larry,
How are you guys?
Man, I see Larry and I immediately think about what am I going to be eating this weekend? I start like wanting to smell something good, grilling out on the grill. What are we grilling this weekend?
I'm
Larry?
trying. Oh, we're doing steaks probably this weekend, I would imagine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's been great getting to know you as well. I know you came down here from up north. You've been a successful business owner, doing it on your own. Right? You decided to do what a lot of people want to do, and you really know how to walk that line of not trying to scale too big, but doing what you want to do and controlling your time.
Yeah.
Explain to folks what your goal was with your business.
Yeah. So that's one thing I really tried to do recently is, value my time and value. And I've done that my whole life. I've, had my kids are older now, but I've gone to every sporting event they've ever done. I've done everything, and I prioritize those things, even over growing my business or even doing business per se, because I just feel like that's the most important thing that we all have is we all have this one life, and we have to prioritize what we're doing in it.
I think that's a fantastic thought. I'd like to ask Paul, who has talked about legacy before, who also has a business. Paul, is it about making money? Is it about our family? What should be our focus?
Being present. Once you figure out what your priorities are, show up. Be reliable, be a fixed point that people can follow. Whether it's the 12 to 14-year-old girls that I coach on the soccer field, whether it's golf, whether it's my business, whether it's doing stuff like this, I think in the spirit of connection in general, we just have to be present.
We have to be present. And I love that. And so often everybody has things on their mind. Everybody's going through something. So it's easy to be in our head. Joe, what comes to mind when you hear what Larry's talking about? You've got a big family there in the Boston area. Talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, I have five. I'm blessed with five children, some grands, and even what Pappy just said and Larry is that, like, we coach soccer. Soccer was big in our family. Be honest with you, it's only like 2 practices a week, and then you cleats and a ball and shin pads. So the investment wasn't bad, and so we did coach. My wife and I coached for a number of years, and she's still on the board. And but with soccer, you utilize different people at different times. It's always like sometimes some days you're having a tough day, but if you're giving 100% of 40% you have that day, it's still 100%. And how you play on the field. I mean, some people would shove and use your arms. We all know that. Pappy knows. Whoever coached, but
I teach that.
yeah, I mean, there's a certain way to do it, right? I mean, there's a certain way to get to the line, but you don't want to cross the line because you want to bring out the best of you. And really, that's the thing with young people or older people, is just trying to bring out their best, the best version. We always hear that, but it's got to be done in a loving, truthful, and competitive way. I'm as competitive as the next guy. I'm playing pickleball right now, and when I get out there, man, I still do it the right way, but it's you only have so much time, Larry. You got it right, and being in the present, listen to not to respond, but to understand. I think is the best way to do it.
Boy, it's a big thing. Vicky, you were a single mother, weren't you? And so you had to decide about making money, raising the family. Where did your focus and energy go? How did you navigate that?
Well, I realized very quickly that I wasn't going to be able to support 2 kids by myself on $50 a week in child support. So in the county, they weren't making up the difference. So I decided, I had gotten an insurance license a long time ago, and I was like, I need to do something. I have to do something. And I ended up meeting the president of an insurance company, and they decided they wanted me to represent them to a grocery store chain client that they had. And that was my entry into employee benefits. And that gave me the opportunity to understand what employees were going through, understand what employers were going through, and to spend most of my time working from home, to start the day with my kids, to take them to school. And I'm going to tell you, that's a total blessing to me, because I know a lot of single parents that don't have that opportunity. They're working 3 jobs. Somebody else is raising their kids, or their kids are raising themselves, which is scary to me. But that was a blessing to me, to be able to own my time and choose. And I've literally driven from Nashville, got up at 4:00 in the morning, drove from Nashville to Destin, Florida, where my daughter was going to the aquarium there, just so I could make it and come back. But that, being able to prioritize your life, and choosing. There is no time. You make time.
Absolutely. That's what I really respect about what Larry's done. He's chosen the right battles, put his time and energy in the right things to free up that time. I really appreciate Gary. Gary will say exactly what he's thinking, exactly what's on his mind. And I love that. We need that with people, and that honesty. So Gary, number one, why is that important? And then number 2, what was going through your mind as you thought about legacy and your daughter as she goes off to college?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy being honest when you're not live speaking to somebody is keyboard warrior, right? I was like, I don't know you. So it's easy for me to speak my mind because I'm not worried about offending you or offending somebody when you're on a keyboard, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open to being honest because my grandparents taught me that way. So both my parents work, so my grandmother was the one that brought me up. So she is very honest, as in she'll tell you exactly what she likes about you and what she doesn't like about you, what you need to do, what you not supposed to do. So because she's taking care of three other grandkids besides me, so she don't have time to be nice. She needs to be a grandma and make sure that we all grow up, the right way. So it's mostly because of her. And as for legacy, it's also a priority, as everybody said, right? So the first 2 years of my daughter's life, I was working out of state. So I missed quite a lot of stuff, right? But the work out of state was very lucrative. So when that contract ended, I was able to take a year off and spend that with my daughter, right? So then I found out that, hey, you know what? That is going to be my priority. So the next job that I found, which is with my current employer, I'm very lucky that it's very flexible. The work time, even before COVID happened, it is quite flexible. Even though I have a 1 hour commute into the office, I mean, one way is 1 hour, so it's 2 hours a week. So we have pretty flexible time. So if I need to take off, I can take off. And we have a very good, my employer offers very good paid time off. Like we start with 4 weeks the first year. So I don't know of any company at that time that gives 4 weeks of vacation to first year employees. And we shut down from Christmas Eve all the way to New Year. And we don't even have to take PTOs for that. It's a shutdown, paid shutdown.
Well,
So
I think that's an excellent point. I mean, you're making a point. So there's always an exchange. There's a great thing at having a job that hey, I know where I'm going. I don't have to think about business development. I don't have to think about marketing. They're going to take care of that. I show up, they treat me good, and I treat them good. And so that's what I love about something like this. We get so many different perspectives and so many different ways to do things and to navigate life. And we're all doing the best that we can. I think we all have great ideas, and we can kind of take from each person as well. DJ, I think you had something to say, didn't you, DJ? Oh, okay. I thought he was right. I saw the microphone.
You mind
Fred.
if I do? Is it okay?
Yes, please, please.
I'll just
Brent, you're
want.
the co-host. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. I go into my
Through the
zone when I have
stories.
all these people. I'm
You're
sorry.
still talking. Through the stories I've heard so far, right? We've established be present once you figure out what your priorities for. But on the backside, everybody's made a sacrifice, whether it's an hour commute, having to drive from one spot to Florida to make sure you're present for that situation. It's sacrifice. And then at the end of the day, it's worth it. So here's what I like about this group. We're not scared to sacrifice something to make sure we're present with our priorities.
Yes.
Hey, and I'll tell you what I like about my co-host is that he will call me out and he will remind me of things, even when we're live, that we've got to be passing the ball. And sometimes when we talk about things and we kind of communicate it allows us to relax, to become a little more comfortable. Because even just then, I'm feeling the pressure of trying to keep everybody engaged, and I'm thinking about my co-host, but I know that sometimes that doesn't work out this way. Hey, we just had someone else pop on the bus, and it's not too late. This person was one of the original hosts of First Sip back in the day, and that is Metal Man Matt Venuto. Welcome to the program, Metal Man Matt.
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Hey, I've got to, Matt's been obviously in the metals world, but what I want to ask you about is an epic vacation, a family getaway. We were just talking about legacy, Matt, and tell folks about what your experience just was.
Oh yeah, so I went to Italy and Sicily with my family. My dad took myself and my siblings, my brother, sister, and their two families over. And, I've been to Rome and Florence, and those were good. It's good to see the Vatican. It's good to see, the start of Christianity there in Rome. Florence is great because that's where Rome came out of the Dark Ages. They were in the Dark Ages for 1,000 years, and beginning of the Renaissance started in Florence with the famous statue is the Michelangelo, the David that's sculpted by Michelangelo. But the real eye opener for us is that my dad's family's from Sicily, and we spent 3 days in Palermo, Sicily, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a cross between an island, kind of like Hawaii. There's big mountains. There's a lot of culture there, and the food is like second to none.
Oh man, that I get to kind of live vicariously through some of the pictures and everything, but getting out of our normal kind of routine, seeing some amazing sights like that, the architecture. What about the food, Matt? Was the food any good?
Yeah, the food was great. You know, my parents booked some stuff that typically you probably wouldn't do. We actually ate dinner at some people that lived in Palermo at their apartment one night. So they actually cooked for us with the tour guide. We also ate at a farm, probably an hour and a half outside the city, way into the country. They do the agritourism. We got to go to like one of those cheese factories you see on TV in the tourism shows, you know. So they actually make the cheese. There's like old ladies, they're like 80 years old up there making cheese. They've been doing it for 100 years, right? And the guy's like, they don't even know what day it is because they work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. I was like, they work holidays too. I was like, wow.
Well, but it's great. We work hard, and then we get an opportunity to go out of town, go on a vacation. Larry, where do you like to go? I know you do a lot of vacationing when you can. Where do you like to go? What's next on the agenda?
Yeah, actually, we don't have anything next, but that's the flexibility that I like, is that I can just plan at the last second kind of thing when I know we can do it. So, but we do a lot of traveling to Myrtle Beach. My daughter goes to Coastal, so we head there a lot. I'm looking to go to Sarasota this year, so we're looking to go down there, and probably Nashville is going to be on our hit list this year too. So it's nice that we're here now, and we're close proximity to all these different places, which is amazing.
Now, if you and Paul Pappy teed it up at 10 a.m. today, played 9 holes, who would come out with the victory?
Oh, great question. Great question.
Not me, because I'm not consistent enough.
Because I know
I'm on injured reserve right now with a knee issue. So
we all got
to say I'm a pretty solid hack right now.
Because I know if me and Joe tossed up that pickleball, I'd wear him out.
Oh,
No way, Jose.
Larry, I spent 10 years, about 8 to 10 weeks a year in Nashville, in the fourth quarter and the second quarter of the year every year. So got some good places if you've never been there.
Definitely. Yeah. We're looking to do that. I've been there a couple times, but not in probably 15 years. So,
okay. Yeah, there's something called Wild Ginger. If you want good Asian food, oh, it is so good. Love it.
Awesome. Yeah.
This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring everybody together and have a 30-minute discussion, get to know everybody a little better. I think there's things that we can do. You know, Joe was talking about connection in the beginning, and here the average dude in South Carolina and Joe in Boston happened to have a connection, and that connection ended up doing something pretty amazing. So that was a cool thing, but we can do similar types of things with a very diverse group of folks. And hey, we've got to start our day either way with great energy. It's very helpful. So thanks for being great passengers, keeping me and Fred energized with your support. And Freddie, thank you for keeping me in line. And I'm so sorry for not passing you the ball more, man. I really am. So it's funny how we
Danny.
Hey, live and learn, live and grow. But thanks everybody. I hope you have a great day, and we're gonna do something similar to this again, and we'll have it all planned out. Okay.
I loved seeing all you guys in person. It was great.
Yeah, same here.
Have a great day, guys. Blessed to be here.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a
Awesome.
great weekend, everybody.
Here, Joe.
Gary, stink up that break room.
Nothing today. Today is pretty standard.
Chico's
It's
very
just chicken
good
today.
again. He's a zinger too, just like Paul.
See you in a little while, Freddie.
All
I'm
right.
bringing
Yeah.
something to you.
See you guys. Great to see you. Happy Friday.
Enjoy the
Happy
weekend.
Friday.
See you Monday.
Lunch.
You too, Joe.
See you, Daniel.